everybody, and welcome to The Jump Off. I want to start this show by taking a moment for Dante Wright's family. That was our young brother who was in Minnesota that the police killed during a traffic stop. I have no words. I really have no words. So I want to send my prayers, my love, and my strength to his family, the young lady who was in the car with him, to all his friends, all of his family. I feel like I can't even process anymore. Like, I feel like my mind is mentally tapped out, and just because it's becoming so common and it's just so unbelievable that my mind just is not grasping what anyway. So I'm sending my prayers and love to them. Today's episode is also dedicated to our brother DMX. So I want to talk about his life, how he led by example, and also vulnerability. Those things do go hand in hand. So of course I knew who DMX was growing up. Like I knew his songs, but I didn't know his whole, iTunes library, catalog. I didn't know his whole catalog, but I know who DMX is. I saw this video about him explaining how he got addicted to drugs. And it wasn't his own, I'll say his own choice. It wasn't him seeking it out and wanting to participate in this action. It was brought to him and put on him. Watching this broke my heart. Like, I had to rewatch because I'm like, there's no way someone could do something like that to a 14-year-old. There's absolutely no way. But I have to understand that that's me and my naivety to think that people don't do that, because clearly it happens. So as I was watching this for the umpteenth time, it got me thinking, like, what things were we introduced to as young kids, young adults, that we didn't go seek and find, that someone brought to us, that someone pressured us into doing. And now those things either we're addicted to or the effects have carried on with us way past that moment. Like, what are some of the things that we've been tied to that we didn't even go out looking for? That's a rhetorical question, because you don't have to drop in the comments unless you want to. But I really had to think about that. And even the people around me, I started to think maybe they're doing this or they're continuing to participate in this because as a young age, they were introduced to it, and it wasn't upon their request. It was someone who pressured them into that. They weren't even wanting to do that, but now here they are years later doing it, or it's still in their life, or the effects are still in their life because some adult or somebody that they were around that they trusted introduced them to that. Broke my heart. Oh my gosh, broke my heart. People are sharing, old interviews and their stories about meeting him. Nobody's telling anything bad. And it just fills me with gratitude, because even though, his mom dropped him off at the foster care and just left him there. And even though, someone got him addicted to drugs, he still was so warm and welcoming and just a good person. So that gives me, it warms my heart. But I get on Facebook, leave it to people on Facebook. You know what? Somebody has the audacity to get on here and say, don't put him in heaven. And the comments that carried through, and this person is I don't know if they're a deacon or whatever, but they're a leader, some type of leader in the church. And the comments were just so vile and nasty about, you can't just pray on one track and then talk about killing somebody on the next track and then say another prayer. Like, I got very upset reading this, very upset, because it's like, this is someone who led by example. Everybody has demons that they're dealing with. Everybody. He was bold enough and courageous enough to speak about those demons in public and used his platform, not just an interview here and there, but used his platform, his music, his gift to talk about how he was battling these demons. And let's not forget that he wasn't even the one to put this on his life. Somebody else introduced him to these demons without him even knowing. And I get it, not everybody is addicted to anything, But to be introduced to something at 14, when your body and your brain are still developing, 14, and now you're craving that, and for the rest of your life, you're still trying to get that and to fill that void or fill whatever. If you've never experienced that, I get it. You might not understand that. But at least have some compassion. This man didn't go out here in the streets. He literally said out of his mouth, he had no inclination to smoke or to drink or do any of these things. Somebody put that on him. And now you're saying, don't put this man in heaven? This man literally was living out his purpose of speaking about the environment that he came from and his desire to know and to love God. And you have the audacity to say that don't put him in heaven. Now, the Bible also does say to get into heaven is harder than passing through the eye of a needle. So before you cast somebody out, look at the demons that you're struggling with behind closed doors. See the difference, what DMX was doing, he brought his demons to the light and he let us know what was going on. He didn't shy away from it. And the vulnerability that everybody is talking about that he has, at first I was kind of like, wow, like this is somebody who came from an environment that really could have just tore him apart. But he was so focused on trying to be better and trying to strive to shake that from him, but didn't forget where he came from, but to be a better person and striving to do better and to not let these things take over his life. I was like, wow, it just blew my mind. Then I started to think and started to replay in my mind. I'll have people who will be in the comments or who will come to me and say, wow, Janice, that was so vulnerable of you to make an episode about that or to talk about that. And it got me thinking, why is it so easy for me to say these things and to talk about these topics? Some things kind of started to click in my mind, and I can't speak for DMX because I don't know him. I never met him. But for me, speaking about these and being open about it, it's like if I say this out to you all, I'm not fighting that battle in the dark because I'm too afraid to fight it in the dark because I don't know what's going to happen. So I don't know if that's his reasoning. But what kind of made sense in the understanding to me was that, yes, it might help somebody else who is going through this or can hear this, but then also it's like a call for help. Because maybe somebody else is going through it too and they can offer some help. Now again, I don't know if that was why he was so open about it, and I can only speak for myself. It's like GPS, like y'all will know where I am. So if something happens to me, or if I fall victim to something or something goes wrong, I told y'all what was happening. So y'all know how I got here. Like when I heard the news of DMX, even when he first went into the hospital to then his passing, we all knew because he left us this understanding of what he was going through and what got him through and how he was dealing with things and the peaks and the valleys. He took us on that journey with him. So we understand and we can look back and like I agree with Master P. This man was coming to you all, not just providing y'all with a good track, he was letting y'all know what was going on. And I'm not in the hip hop world, but people could have helped him. So I do agree with Master P on that. I don't know about a union. I don't know what a hip hop union would look like, but I agree with him. All of that to say that Facebook comment really took me to new levels and really made me mad. So I really do appreciate DMX and his life and what he's left with us and the lessons he's given us and his love for the Lord. I'm glad I was able to witness that in real time. So I also send my prayers and love and strength to his family and everybody that is connected to him. And I know his legacy, like I said, will continue way beyond our lives here. That was an emotional ride, but you can see the effect that he has on people, and I just absolutely love it. I want to thank you all for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe and come back to continue the conversation, and comment below any comments that you have or your favorite DMX songs or anything that you really liked about DMX so that we can keep his legacy going. So I'll see you all next time on The Jump.